Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Veronica and this is my video FlossTube number 43. Thank you for joining me. Today is April 1st, 2022. Welcome if you're new. My FlossTube videos tend to be about cross stitch, like sometimes other things, but today it's all cross stitch. And thank you. Welcome back if you're returning. Thank you for revisiting me. Today's video is going to be about my March stitching, which I don't have much variety to show you, so I'll also share with you some plans and some recent purchases that I've made. And that's going to be it. It's probably going to be a quick video, but you'll be able to see that. Anyway, let's get started. So today's Friday. I will probably be editing this video, and I can't do that right now before I go to work. It's the morning before I have a busy day. And I'm not going to have time to edit this. So I'll probably work on it over the weekend, maybe this evening if I can, and get this out to you so you can see it hopefully as close as possible to when I filmed it. So let's get to my stitching. In March, I pretty much live my life by what WIPGO tells me to do. WIPGO is like bingo. Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff draws 2 numbers from a 25 number board every month, and each of those numbers is your own personal 2 different goals that you've set aside for yourself. So for me, those 2 for March were a project that I have called Winter White Santa and to begin to FFO something. I'll talk about the FFO thing first. FFO stands for Fully Finished Object. I have several projects that I've finished that are just sitting on a piece of fabric, still in their project bag somewhere. I don't even have it under the bed box. But what I did is I took 2 to the framer, so to me that counts. Started the process. I'm also working on FFOing my StitchCon Small. I'll be at StitchCon Weekend B this year, so if you're going to be at Weekend B, please add a comment and let me know so I know to look for you. But yeah, so I started that as well. I didn't finish any of those things in the framer. Still working on my other things. So I'll show things to you when they come up, but to me I met that goal. The other thing was my project, Winter White Santa, which I stitched on every single day in March. So I've been in a very monogamous mood lately. I don't like switching projects because then I feel like it slows me down. And even though some days I didn't do very much. Sorry, to get closer. This is Winter White Santa MG100. It was a special edition. It came with the chart itself came with the charm for the top of the tree, which I don't know if you can see. There is a little, it's like a flower-shaped crystal charm there. So anyway, through March, let me hold him up here so you can see. I feel like I got a lot done. I'm really happy with the progress. Again, some days not very much stitching, but other days a lot. And so I feel like it's kind of like investing, dollar cost averaging. Sorry if I'm getting too nerdy for you, but you know, if the stock market's going all over the place, if you're constantly putting money into it, sometimes you'll buy higher, sometimes you'll buy lower, but in the end, it tends to go up. So you get the best average out of that. I feel like when I stitch on something monogamously, I get the benefit of that. So I'm not a fast stitcher because this was like a whole month of work, but I am happy. So I finished the presents under the tree. Then I came up here and did like all these red ribbons and the gown behind it. And I did all the Krynic and Whisper. There's a little bit of Whisper down here. Still have to back stitch over here a bit, but then I moved over to this half of the bottom, I guess, this quadrant. Finished off the Krynic and dark green here. Finished off all the red. I think it's all the red in the piece. And then I got a lot of white in here. So white, gray, blue. I still have a lot of Krynic and Whisper to do, so there's big gaps here where the Whisper will go. But let me hold up the chart again so you can see. Not much left other than all the specialty flosses. So if I was to give this another month, maybe, just maybe, I'd be able to finish it or come very, very close. But it's April, it's a new month, and I live by WIPGO. Whatever WIPGO tells me to do, I'm doing. So that means I'm moving on. So next, I'm going to get into plans. My April WIPGO goals are, the first one is to stitch for 7 days on the thing that is closest to a finish for me. And the second thing is 6 days on a dimensions project. So I'm going to show you both of those. So the thing that is closest to a finish for me, probably my least favorite project, not because it's not pretty, but because it's not really my style. This is Alphabet by Lottie Dot. I originally bought this at StitchCon and kitted it up at StitchCon last year at Keepsakes. And I intended to do this as a gift for a teacher. I ended up changing my mind and giving her something else instead. But it's closest to a finish because it's so dang small, in my opinion, so I kind of just estimate based on what percentage I am done and approximately how many stitches I have left by percentage, and the fact that this is a sampler and there's lots of open space in here, lots of this area is not stitched, I figured this is probably the closest thing I have to a finish. So I'm stitching this with the called for NPI silks, and the fabric is, I don't actually know, I think it's just like either a Witchelt or Zweigart. It feels like Witchelt. It's a 40 count linen, and I'm stitching this 1/2. So I don't have any updates here. I'm just showing you where I'm starting from for my WIPGO goals. If I can, in 7 days, we'll see how far I get on this. I am giving myself the choice if I decide to UFO this. What UFO means unfinished object. So if I decide that I want to stop and move on to something else, I'll let myself do that. And if I UFO that, I'll just find somebody else who might enjoy that type of thing. I might enjoy it too. I don't know. We'll see. The other thing I said was a dimensions piece. So I gave myself the freedom. I only have 1 dimensions whip right now, but if I wanted to work on something like start a new one, I'd allow myself that, but I don't want to. So I've been working on this one for a little while now. If you've been watching my videos, you'll see it. You've seen it. This is European Bistro by Dimensions. And again, I have no progress on this since last time. I'm just showing you where I'm starting from. But in April, I plan to spend 6 days on this. So I'm probably about, once I finish this column here, then I've got a little bit more to do down here. I've done back stitching as I go, but not French knotting as I go. I tend to do all the French knots last because I use a Q-snap. I haven't ironed it. You can see the Q-snaps cause lots of wrinkles, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm afraid that the Q-snap is going to crush the French knots. So I plan to do those last, possibly in hand. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But this is a fun piece. Lots of color changes. Lots of half stitches, so the half stitches go fast. Okay, so that's all in terms of my projects. Now I have not shown you a haul in, or new purchases, stash acquisitions, however you want to refer to it, in a little while, mostly because I don't know if people like that sort of thing, but I feel like I need to add more content to my video since otherwise it'll be super, super short. So I figured I'd show you some of the recent purchases that I've made, just in case you might be interested in them. I don't know. So I have been working on kitting up this one for a few weeks now. I finally got her fully kitted. This is MD142. I'm not going to say her name, but I'll call her my colorful queen. She is so pretty, one of my favorite Mirabilias. Sorry, by Mirabilia, I should say. You see? I learned from watching the stash, what do you call it? Stash Parade, Mirabilia Stash Parade from Fiber Arts Amy, that this is, she has a bit of a racist name, which I Googled, and she's absolutely right. It's derogatory because people thought that these folks were Egyptian, and they are actually not, but so I learned my lesson. I'm going to just call her a different thing. I don't know, probably Colorful Queens, but I've got her fully kitted now. I've got all the supplies, some Delica beads replacing Mill Hills, but it's got a whisper here, this fuzzy black thing, lots of Karen water lilies, and for the fabric, I ordered kind Caramel Brulee by Fibrelicious, which is similar to this. It's hard to tell in the picture. It looks a little lighter, but kind of marbled brown-ish tan. I don't know. So, yeah. Maybe I'll start her someday soon. I don't know. Next, after watching that Mirabilia Stash Parade, it kind of told me it's okay to have a lot of Mirabilias. So I bought several. My birthday was in March, and I think my last video was I filmed it on my birthday, and I had some gift cards from Amazon. Did you know you can buy Mirabilias and other cross-stitch things on Amazon? I bought many Dimensions kits on there, but I figured since I had a gift card, I ordered several Mirabilias that I've been eyeing. So I've got I got more than I can probably need, but that's okay because these are things that I love. You know, I don't love all of them, but I like all of them. But these are the ones that I'm like, oh, I have to stitch that. So first one I have is the March Aquamarine Fairy, and I also got the bead pack for it. MD 159. I love her. I love her wings. And of course my birthday's in March, so I had to do that one. Next I have MD 166, the Baker's Wife. I love this one. It's so pretty. This is I think an older, slightly older one. MD 101, Circle of Friends. I feel like my high school friends, we were always a threesome, so three of us. They don't look like me and my two friends, but I just like the sentiment. I think it's so pretty. And then this is a new-ish one. What is it? MD 176. Yeah. Twisted Mermaids, which I love me some mermaids. So. They're pretty. And now I got a pile of fabrics here. Some of them are from Fabric of the Month clubs. So I'll show you those. So I was in the Crazy Annie's Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month club for a 28 count fat half of colorful linen. And so only recently they sent the last two of them last year. And so I got those. This one is called Moss. 28 count, fat half. I think this is pretty. This could be like like a fairy or something. I think it's very nice. And then the other one is in November and December at the same time. This one is called Mocha, which to me looks more purple-y than brown. I would think Mocha looks brown, but I don't know. Because isn't Mocha like chocolatey coffee or coffee chocolate? I don't know. I don't like the taste, so. That's me, I'm weird. I'm also in I'm not in the Crazy Annie's Fabric of the Month Club anymore. This year they're doing Fortnite fabrics, which I think are gorgeous, but I have enough fabric. But then of course I also have other clubs and other purchases. So I also am in the Under the Sea Fabrics Fabric of the Month Club. And this one, and I got the 32 count opal linen in that for the most part. I asked for some exception. This one's called You Door. So pretty. I don't know if you can see. It's got a lot of greens in it too. It's not really showing up. It looks more blue on the screen. Hold it back. Yeah, that's a little better. There's some green. So pretty. I think it could be nice for like a mermaid, I think. And this one is, what's this one called? Ceres. C-E-R-E-S. This one's really pretty. And I kind of wish I didn't get this in opal, but it's nice as opal too. But it'd probably be better without. But it's still gorgeous. And then also, since I ordered the one thing from Fibrelicious for my colorful queen, this is Mermaid's Grotto. This is I believe I got a fat half. Yeah, fat half of 32 count linen. In this beautiful mermaid color. That's all I have for you. I've got like I said, a busy day of work ahead of me. I usually start around 7 and work till 5, and I've got to take my son today to a place called Kitten Crazy to volunteer because he needs service hours for school. So that means I have to volunteer along with him. But it should be fun. So I'll try to edit this tonight if I can. If not, it'll probably be tomorrow morning, and so that you can watch it. But hope you enjoyed. Thank you for sticking with me throughout the long, well, it's not very long, 15 minutes that I've been chatting with you. I hope you all have a nice April, a nice weekend. Yeah, and happy stitching. Bye.